with the head coach. He is Rick Carlisle. Coach, good morning to you. How are you?
Okay.
Last night, the effort to get back in it, I thought it was one of your better bench performances of the season. What did you see from some of those individuals and just in general, you guys getting it to a point where you obviously had a shot to force it in overtime?
Yeah, the second half was way better than the first half. We got to do a better job of closing quarters. We had worked hard to get the lead back at the end of the first, and then had a couple of miscues that put us down, I think, 3 points. And just, the ability to play from in front is always important in NBA games. Second quarter was our bad quarter. We lost by 13, and so that got us, a 16-point deficit. And then, coming out of halftime, we said, look, let's go out there and win the first 5 minutes, and then go from there and get ourselves back into this thing. And the guys fought hard. We had a lot of good performances off the bench, as you mentioned, and gave ourselves a chance. But a disappointing ending, and then with 9 seconds left, I mean, Ben gets a good look in the corner. The shot misses, and Pascal goes up for the rebound and gets thrown to the floor. And then there's a missed. Well, there's a no call of a foul that should have been called, and so that was disappointing too. But in stretches like this, a lot of things don't go your way, and you just gotta stay positive, and you gotta keep slugging.
Rick, to that point, when you're going to get a 2-minute report that you might not like, what's your reaction to just that part of it?
We have a rating system that comes out every day for every time there's a game, and that's an opportunity to reflect your feelings about things and give the feedback. And so, look, it's disappointing, but the referees, they're not trying to miss calls. It's a men not machines proposition. A very difficult job. Thousands of events that happen over 48 minutes with the clock, ticking, and you got to hope that you've stacked enough good plays to be able to absorb a situation like that. But last night that was not the case. I knew about it after the game. I didn't go into it with the media because right now we can't just be into sour grapes. We've got to find ways to get better each day.
To that point, Rick, looking at the night that Jarace Walker had, it was a very positive night for him overall. What did you like about how he pick and chose his spots on both sides of the floor?
Yeah, one of his better games for sure, and shows what he's capable of. And we need him. I mean, this is a great opportunity for him. I mean, we've kind of belabored that whole thing on this show many times, and last night was terrific, and he was a big reason we got back in the game.
Rick Carlisle with us here again. Pacers north of the border coming up tomorrow. It'll be the Toronto Raptors, who've been very, very good to start this season. And Rick is with us here on the Payless Liquors hotline. You started Andrew Nembhard on Cade Cunningham last night, Coach, and I know you talked about with us in the offseason just how much you put on Andrew's plate, and part of it is, frankly, I don't know how many other options you have, but how do you kind of balance Andrew's defensive responsibilities right now with getting another ball handler at times on the floor with him to help him out offensively in all the responsibilities that you probably need him to handle?
Well, last night there was really no choice. I mean, we have all the numbers of all the guys that have guarded Cunningham, and it's not even close. We had to have Andrew guarding him, and so he did a tremendous job. And if you really watch the fourth quarter and all the things that were going on and off the ball, I mean, it was miraculous the way he was navigating over screens and everything else. And Cunningham still scored a few baskets, and a couple times he got switches and scored. But some nights there just simply is no choice. We may be able to alleviate, the matchup situation maybe for short stretches during the game. I think Walker guarded him a little bit last night, but Cunningham right now is, he's one of the top players in the world, and you've got to have your best guy on him as often as you can.
You said post game last night that it's a hard league right now to score in. Is that with how the game has been officiated early in the season, what you're seeing defensively? I was kind of curious if you had any more on that right now.
Well, we're having trouble scoring. So, and look, I mean, right now with our challenges, from a personnel standpoint, injuries and all that, we've just got to be really on point. I mean, our defense has got to be tuned to its best version. We've got to be square and not getting our hands involved. Otherwise, the other team marches to the bonus. And then, we've got to avoid miscues on offense. First half last night, we had some really good opportunities, and there were a couple times we threw the ball away in transition when we had some space and had some numbers, and just made a play that wasn't quite there. And so, these things pile up quickly, and a couple of the wrong plays at the wrong time can take you out of a very strong position. And so, but those are avoidable things. We'll keep looking at them and keep looking at ways to get better with it.
Rick, we saw an update from Haliburton shared via his social media with him dunking using his right leg, right Achilles, that he obviously ruptured in Game 7 of the finals. Your thoughts on the progress he's making throughout his recovery?
He's doing great. I mean, he posted a thing dunking a month ago too. I think that was off of 2 feet. I didn't see the one yesterday, but it's all very, very positive stuff, and it's amazing, the way guys can recover these days with some of the medical and rehab advances, et cetera, et cetera. And he's in there busting his butt every single day, So it's great to see, and we'll look forward to having him back next year.
Pacers again, Toronto coming up tomorrow night. Then they'll be at home. We get the tree lighting game on Friday. It'll be Washington and Chicago coming up this weekend. Coach, in general with Pascal this season, and obviously the Tyrese loss, I would assume is impacting this. How much more just doubling or attention are you seeing around how teams are defending Pascal Siakam?
Tons. I mean, he's getting double teamed in the post. There was a play, he caught the ball in the elbow last night and put it on the floor, and then there were 2 or 3 guys swarming, and it turned into a jump ball or something. And yeah, we've really got to be on point with our spacing to give him room to operate. And this is one of the things that is important right now. We've got to play with the correct tempo for us. By playing faster, we can play in more space, etc. But we can't do that at the expense of unnecessary and controllable turnovers. And so in the case of Andrew and Pascal, I mean, these are our 2 top guys right now, and they're getting a lot of attention. You saw last night, Asar Thompson is all over Andrew, and really, I thought to a point of excess. Referees didn't agree with me, but it was over the top with physicality, and so we've got to try to protect those guys.
Coach, we'll end with this, and obviously a happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. Annually the Pacers are super out in the community this time of year. We saw Aaron Nesmith, I think, took over for hosting the dinner you guys do there in the lobby. I know Lloyd Pierce has got his coat drive coming up next week. For you, the latest on Drive and Dish. We've talked about the food insecurities around Marion County, and even it's expanded outside of that here over the last year or so. What's new with Drive and Dish?
Well, I've mentioned that, last summer we got an amazing amount of support from ownership. They put $10 million into the program to assure that it goes on for a long time. It has expanded outside Indianapolis. We've raised more money each year, and we've streamlined the program, so it's at its most efficient version ever. And we're very proud of it. And this time of year is when it's really important, because Indiana does not have a food shortage, but the people that need food suffer because the logistics are challenging. And so Drive and Dish facilitates the logistics that bring food to people that need it. So we're very happy about that, and we hope people take advantage of it.
Do you have a must-have, a must-go-to on the plate of Rick Carlisle for Thanksgiving?
Pretty much basic stuff. Just only request I have is that the pumpkin pie is chilled.
Ooh, chilled pumpkin pie. Are you whipped cream action?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
That's usually the reaction, right, on Thanksgiving. Why not?
Why not? At that point, you might as well throw that on top. Pacers up in Toronto coming up tomorrow, and again, home games this weekend with Washington and Chicago. Coach, safe travels, and appreciate the time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, likewise, guys. Take care.